Hi, today I'm here to tell you how to, or to show you how to make a basic vanilla buttercream. This buttercream can be changed. You can add a couple things. You can add chocolate to it to make a chocolate buttercream. You can add pureed strawberries to make a strawberry buttercream. But I just want to stick to simple vanilla today. And that way you can refer back to this video anytime you need a buttercream recipe for cupcakes, cakes, and whatever. So I'm gonna make a double batch because I have a lot of cupcakes to do today. And so what I start with is 4 sticks of room temperature unsalted butter. This is a double recipe, so if you just had a dozen or so cupcakes to make, you would only use 2 sticks. Then I use a tablespoon of clear vanilla per recipe. So that would be today I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. A little bit of salt. A capful of almond flavoring. You would think, why almond? This is vanilla. This almond flavoring, it's not a lot. It just ups up the vanilla flavoring a little bit, and you can tell the difference if you don't put it in. I'm going to use probably just a little bit of milk or cream at the end to try to, if I need it, to smooth it out a little bit. So I'm going to put my mixing bowl on my mixer, get it in right. I'm not going to start it yet because the very first thing I need to do is to sift 4 cups of powdered sugar. Now, this is 8 cups of powdered sugar, and because this is a double batch. So it's very easy to divide it or to multiply it depending on what you need and how much you need. So this is double recipe, so this is 8 cups. And so I've already done most of that. I just put it in a sieve, run it through, get all of those little balls out. And you can see there's just a little bit, so I'm just going to take my hand and push them through. So everything is, everything is smooth and ready to go. See? So I'm going to set that aside. So our powdered sugar is ready to go. Everything is laid out, ready to go within arm's reach. So I'm going to take my mixer and I'm going to start beating my butter. I'm going to beat it on slow for just a second. And then move it on up to medium. Then a little bit higher. We're going to beat that until it is smooth and creamy. That just about does it. That looks really, really good. I hope you can see inside there. Now I'm going to take my powdered sugar. And probably first I'm going to take my and pull everything off. Make sure, get down everything off the edges. Take my scraper and push it down. Get a towel to lay that down on. Now, when I add my powdered sugar, I'm going to add it probably a cup or so at a time. And I'm going to take my dishcloth, I've dampened it, put it in the water, wring it out really good, and I'm going to cover the bowl with the dishcloth to keep that powdered sugar from going all over my kitchen and all over myself, because I don't want that and you don't want that all over your kitchen. And the reason I dampen it with some water is so that when that powdered sugar comes up, I've done it with a dry dishcloth before, and so when I move the dishcloth, powdered sugar just goes all over the place. So I use a damp one and it sticks to it. So let me get a little scoop. All right, here we go. We're gonna take a scoop of powdered sugar, doesn't have to be exact, and place it in the middle of that mixing bowl. Cover it up. You'll thank me for this later. Start it on about medium. Let that sugar get mixed in really, really well. You can remove. Start it up a little bit more. And you just repeat till this entire bowl is gone. At this time, I'm going to take my scraper, scrape everything down. Make sure it's all getting mixed in. Be sure and scrape the sides down. You can see how thick that is right now. And it's just going to get better. And I just use that beater to scrape off my scraper. Push it back down. And more powdered sugar. Actually, I'm going to pull it back up. I'm going to go ahead and add in some flavorings because it's getting really thick. And that flavoring will help to thin it out a little. So start with almond and just a capful. Down into the bottom. Then we're going to take our vanilla. I brought 2 bottles because this bottle has just about, it's probably not even a tablespoon in there. No, about a half. So there's another 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons. All right, let's get that started just on slow. Let that work, let that liquid work in. Move it up. All right. You can tell that's a lot thinner, a lot smoother, more like frosting. Okay, now we can get back to our powdered sugar. We're almost finished. In fact, I think we can finish it right now. I'm just going to take my bowl. I'm going to have to tip it over this way. There's not much left. There we go. I'm going to mix everything in, push everything down, get everything off the sides. Make sure I don't have any pockets of powdered sugar or pockets of butter with no sugar. All the way to the bottom. At this time, I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of cream or milk or half and half, whatever you have. I'm going to step over. think I'm going to go ahead and give it 2 tablespoons because this is a double recipe. Start slow. That looks really good. All right, so at this time I'm going to put some salt in it because I used unsalted butter, but you still need to add a little salt. Some people like to use salted butter for their buttercream. I know some people that use half salted, half unsalted, but I think it just depends on your preference. And so my preference is to add a little salt at the end. That way, if you need more, you can add it. Just a couple shakes, maybe half a teaspoon or a full teaspoon. Then we can mix that. And taste test it. You never want it to go without, you don't ever want it to be untested. You always want to taste as you cook, as you bake, to make sure the salt flavor is right, the vanilla is good, especially in this frosting. I don't think I said, but you use clear vanilla and not a dark vanilla because the dark vanilla will change the color of your frosting. So I'm going to take a clean spoon. I just keep plastic spoons laying around for tasting spoons, and I'm going to get me a little bite so I can taste and make sure it's good. I got it. That is good and ready to go on your favorite cake or cupcake. In fact, I have a cupcake ready to decorate. Okay, so our buttercream is ready. We have a ready baked cupcake ready to decorate, waiting on that delicious vanilla buttercream. So I'm going to take this is a 16-inch Wilton piping bag. And when I decorate cupcakes, I love the 1M tip because it's simple. It's easy to use and it makes a cupcake look beautiful. So what I do is I put it tipped down into the bag all the way as far as it will. And then I trim it right at the tip. There we go, that'll get it. Okay, if you can see how that bag comes right at the end of those cuts on that tip. I'm going to place it inside a glass, usually a bigger glass than this, but you use what you have, right? And I'm going to take a spoon. I've got the buttercream, and I'm going to just press it down into that glass as far as it will go. I'm going to add more. I'm going to pull that bag up. That is not a perfect size cup or glass. So I'm just going to squeeze it down. Move this out of the way. I always like to test into my bowl because I can always add it back. Squeeze it, make sure it's coming out. Beautiful. Take that off. So to frost a cupcake, you just want to turn and twist that bag, and you want to make a dollop right in the middle. That dollop, that little star, is going to give you something to build on. And then you start on the edge with perfect pressure, never letting up. You just go around dragging that frosting with you, and then go up to the next level. All the way till it is completely covered and then push down to stop. There is a perfect 4th of July cupcake ready for your picnic. You can add sprinkles or not. Sometimes I like sprinkles, sometimes they're not so great. But you can add anything you want to the top of this. You can flavor it with strawberries, puree some beautiful sweet strawberries. It's strawberry season. Or add cocoa powder. Just be sure to taste it and add enough, or don't add too much. Don't forget to subscribe to Tana's Treats. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. So we hope you have a great holiday. Hope you have a great celebration. We love you. See you soon. Bye-bye.